way they go. A couple collided after the start. Captain Sober and also Rower settling down into stride. And we see Red Oak showing good pace near the inside with Captain Sober. Out wide a Megan Miss with Magical Boy in the early stages of Supreme Cognac hunting up on the rails. Coming down past the judge the first time, and it's a line of 4. Supreme Cognac, Red Oak, Megan Miss, and out wide a Magical Boy as they head out of the straight. Just in behind them then in the field as they settle down into stride was Venetian Vice. Then around the outside, Captain Soban, the Chivo worse than midfield. On the outside of him is Rower, followed by further back in the field, then Always Ascending. Followed by over on the outside, then came Magical Boy, My Noble Land back out of its ground with our Feline. Along the back of the track they head towards the 800 metre mark, and the leader is now Supreme Cognac by 2 lengths over Magical Boy, second the outside. Red Oak third the rails. In behind them then came Megan Miss. Up around the outside, Captain Sobar. Going with it as well there on the outside looks to be My Noble Land, followed by Chivo improving, followed by Venetian Vice back along the inside. Rowers out wide. They're followed by further back came our Feline. It's back towards the rear and Always Ascending is last of all. 400 metres to go, and racing through on the rails, Red Oak's now taken over in front. Magical Boy still there on the outside, and Chivo from a long way back. Supreme Cognac looks to be losing ground, followed by Captain Sobar. Then at the head of the rest was My Noble Land, and wider still Rower. In the straight, 150 out. Racing up now, Chivo to Red Oak. Chivo in the centre of the track is grabbed the lead from Red Oak, and further back then Magical Boy. It's Chivo in front, Magical Boy coming again, but Chivo wins the first a length. Magical Boy was second, Red Oak third. In behind them, Captain Sobar. Then further back came Venetian Vice on the rails. Supreme Cognac out wider from Always Ascending Rower. In behind them, Megan Miss, followed by My Noble Land and our Feline. Numbers about to come up on race number 1 on the program here this afternoon of Woolamai, the Phillip Island Butchery Maiden Handicap over 1,600 metres. Number 1 is the winner, Chivo, ridden by R. Douglas. Off they go on racing here. Mighty Murray began okay down near the inside. Lazy Red and out wider on the track. Q Up showing pace in the early stages. Q Up will lead from Lazy Red settling down. Castellat on the outside, up there as well as All Timber in the early stages with Mighty Murray racing wide. Just in behind them, Rusty Jean settling down into stride. 4 lengths away then Spoiled Elusive, followed by further back then in the field came Damarin. It's back out of its ground, along with further back came Mr. Fearless, and back last of all Spirit Parade. Along the side, about 400 metres to go, and the leader is Q Up by 1.5 lengths on Castellat second. About 5 away then came All Timber, followed by Rusty Jean improving around the outside. Then on the rails came Mighty Murray. At the head of the rest was Lazy Red with Spoiled Elusive. In the straight, 200 metres to go, and down on the inside, Q Up's 1/2 length in front. Castellad trying hard. Then Rusty Jean at the head of the rest from All Timber. It's Q Up on the inside, pulling out plenty from Castellad, and Q Up wins the length. Castellad was second, 6 away third, Rusty Jean. Then Spoiled Elusive, Mighty Murray. On the outside, Damarin made up some ground. They're followed by further back in the field then was Spirit Parade to pull up. At the head of the others then on the outside was Lazy Red. Mr. Fearless always back out of its ground, and All Timber after showing some pace knocked up to finish last of all. Light on. Set and racing this time, El Quillo Carlong Lad began smartly along with Hunting Up McNeil on the inside. Settling just in behind them, settling down there would have been Rego Alley wider out on the track. They're followed by Laboot and Almanique back near the rear with Kootsnarab. Along the side of the track they come about 700 metres out. Carlong Lad the outside and kicking up McNeil to hold it out. 1.5 lengths away El Quillo on the outside of Kootsnarab, followed by further back then is Laboot on the inside, then Rego Alley, and Almanique now drops out to last of all. Along the side of the track, 500 metres out, and the 2 in front, it's McNeil the inside, Carlong Lad the outside, El Quillo running on. Kootsnarab between them, followed by Laboot, then Almanique hooked wide on the home turn, and last of all Rego Alley into the straight, 220 metres to go, and over on the outside, Carlong Lad's grabbed the lead. Laboot getting up along the inside, and between runners McNeil in the straight. Laboot's got the rails run and gone to the lead from McNeil. Carlong Lad and wider out Almanique. Laboot's in front, Almanique down the outside, but Laboot wins. Laboot wins the ladies' bracelet by 2 lengths to Almanique. Third placing went to McNeil. In behind them, El Quillo, Carlong Lad, Kootsnarab and Rego Alley was last in. Wait for the placings on race number 3. Ready for the Cup, 2,000 metres the journey. Set to go on racing this time, a little bit slowly to begin there. Back towards the rear was Marty on. Winning the start, Prince Soretto from hunting up her bar on the inside. Triangular there, followed by Haven Court in the early stages. Wider out on the track, Jindy's Gift from Wild Bull. Settling back now midfield, Marty on, followed by on the outside Cross Gauntlet. He's back to third last. Second last is Begrudge, and last of all King Kelton. Into the straight they stride the first time, and they're racing around the turn at about the 1,700 metre mark in the Cup. And the leader going along nicely in front is Her Bar. In second placing, Triangular the rails, then Prince Soretto the outside, followed by fourth placing Marty on now on the inside, Wild Bull the centre, Jindy's Gift on his outside, followed by Haven Court. In behind them then as they move out of the straight was Begrudge. Cross Gauntlet second last, and King Kelton brings up the rear. Out of the straight towards the 1,200 metre mark in the Cup they stride, and Herbara is out 3 or 4 in front. Triangular second, 3 away third placing occupied there by on the rails Prince Soretto. They're followed by around the outside Wild Bull with Jindy's Gift the outside. In behind them Haven Court, followed by Marty on. Then further back was Begrudge. King Kelton commencing a rear, and Cross Gauntlet last of all. Along the back of the track, 800 metres to go, and Triangular moves up and grabs the lead from Her Bar of the rails. They're followed by Wild Bull hugging the rails. Jindy's Gift wider out. Haven Court improving, followed by King Kelton. They're followed by Cross Gauntlet on the outside with Begrudge, and back towards the rear of the field is Marty on. Along the side of the track they come, 500 metres to go. And the leader is Triangular. Triangular by 3 in front. In second placing is on the inside there, Prince Soretto. They're followed by Jindy's Gift, King Kelton from a long way back. In behind them then on the outside came Begrudge with Wild Bull. And at the head of the rest, Haven Court from Cross Gauntlet. In the straight, 200 metres to go in the Cup. And the leader, Triangular, Prince Soretto out after it. Wider out, King Kelton with Begrudge, and Jindy's Gift nearer the inside. Triangular is clear though. Prince Soretto is trying hard. Triangular still clear though in the Cup. And Triangular takes out the Cup. Triangular by about 4 lengths on the line. Second placing Prince Soretto. Begrudge got up for third. In behind them then Cross Gauntlet made ground, followed by King Kelton, Wild Bull, Haven Court, then Marty on, Jindy's Gift, and last in was the early pacemaker Herbara. Wait the numbers on the running of the 1989 Track Accessories Phillip Island Picnic Cup. Numbers about to come up. The journey, race 5, light on, set for a start. They're off and racing this time, and coming away a little bit slowly there was Young Carlisle in the early stages. Bounding away smartly, Arctic Siege over towards the outside with hunting up in the centre, Canberra, and closer to the inside, Rule My Lad. So in the early stages, they come down past the judge the first time. Rule My Lad the inside, Arctic Siege the outside. In third placing, Canberra on the rails from Coda K, Zoom Power wider out. Very wide around the first turn was Magic Bow. Back in the centre then Young Carlisle, followed by, getting back out of its ground, it's Dusty. And last of all is Star Tiller. Along towards the 1,000 metre mark they stride. Arctic Siege the leader by a length and a half over Rule My Lad second. Coda K is moving around the outside to third. Sir Larry the rails is fourth. Then Canberra, followed by at the head of the rest Zoom Power. It's over on the outside of Young Carlisle, followed by then wide on the track came Magic Bow. Back to second last is It's Dusty, and Star Tiller is last of all. Along the back of the track they stride towards the 500 metre mark, and the leader is Arctic Siege. Coda Case has gone up on the outside second. Rule My Lad third the rails. Then one off the fence, Canberra continuing to go forward, Magic Bow. Sir Larry the centre, followed by at the head of the rest Zoom Power. Then back along the inside came Young Carlisle, Star Tiller, and last of all It's Dusty. They're about to round the home turn, and out in the centre of the track it's Arctic Siege in front. Coming at it wide out, Magic Bow. Coda K's getting the split, and Rule My Lad in the centre. It's 200 metres to go, and Rule My Lad ranges up and grabs the lead from Arctic Siege, then Coda K's, and further back with a long run, Zoom Power from a long way back, but Rule My Lad is racing away near the line, and Rule My Lad scores by 5 lengths. Zoom Power second. Sir Larry got through in the centre to get third ahead of It's Dusty. In behind them then Arctic Siege weakened from Coda K's, then Young Carlisle, Star Tiller, Canberra, Magic Bow. It was the last in. Numbers about to come up on race number 5 on the program. Here this afternoon at Woolamai. Numbers about to come up on the 5th. Number 7 is the winner. Number 7, Rule My Lad, ridden by R. Douglas. Now moving into line, it's set. Starter climbs on the platform. They're all set for the last. Light on. Ready to go. Field settles, they're racing in the last. A good even dispatch too. But down near the inside there, Scarlet Express, Magic Ritual up on the outside early. Hunting through as well, Italian Call with Walker's Glen. The pace on as they head out of the straight. And going to the lead, Italian Call, Magic Ritual second behind it. Walker's Glen third, the outside, followed by Scarlet Express. Then Willang Star, Red Ralo. Racing around the outside then was High Comet, followed by him behind them. Settling third last, Queen Sweet. Second last is Gaitas. And back at the rear of the field is Relara. Along the back they go, and they're going hard in the last. Italian Call's the leader. Walker's Glen second, Magic Ritual third. Then Red Ralo on the outside, followed by Willang Star, Scarlet Express. Wider out, High Comet on the track, followed by back between runners, then Queen Sweet. And back to last of all, Gaitas. Along the back of the track they head towards the 600 metre mark, and the leader is Italian Call. Well bunched field in the last, moving around the outside of the field, Walker's Glen. Their Magic Rituals up there as well, followed by just in behind them, Red Ralo. They're followed by further back in the field then, from a long way back was Queen Sweet on the home turn, and at the head of the rest was High Comet. They're about to round the home turn, and racing to the lead now, Scarlet Express. In second placing is Walker's Glen. Then came back on the inside, Italian Call, and Magic Ritual from a long way back. In the straight, it's Scarlet Express going to the lead. Magic Ritual's out after it on the outside. It's Scarlet Express in front. Magic Ritual is trying hard, but Scarlet Express wins the last. Second, Magic Ritual on the outside. Third went to Queen Sweet. In behind them then to pull up would have been Italian Call. Then Walker's Glen. Gaitas made up some ground, followed by Relara. Red Ralo in behind them with Willang Star. And High Comet is knocked up to finish last of all. Stand by for the numbers in the last. Numbers about to come up. Last on the program.